Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Miss Layla Jahani. Welcome, dear students. Inshallah, today we will continue our unit 5. Today we will cover 2 lessons, lesson 6 and 7, about you and the conversation. Okay? Before we start, let's recall what we have covered in our previous lesson. In our previous lesson, we had the listening. We had the listening between 2 men. Do you remember their names? Yes, Fahad and Saeed. They had a conversation. They are old friends, and they met and they caught up. They didn't see each other for years. When they saw each other, they started asking questions to know what happened to their friends. Okay. Also in the pronunciation, we covered the pronunciation. The pronunciation was basically how to pronounce the contraction of have, like howev, wherev, okay, I've, they've, how to pronounce the contraction have. Okay, inshallah, today by the end of our lesson you will be able to express yourself using present perfect tense. So you will use the present perfect tense to talk about things related to you, okay? Answer questions related to your experience. Identify specific details in a given conversation. You will have a conversation and you will answer questions based on the conversation. You will be able to develop a conversation using new vocabulary. So you will construct a similar conversation as the one you will read. You will do the same, okay? So before we start, can we open our books, page 52 and 53? On your book, you can see a picture of, what is this? Scooter. طيب, how many of you have a scooter? Do you have a scooter or you don't? If you do, when did you get it? Since 7 years old? Since 10 years, since you were 10 years old? When did you have it? You have it for many years now, okay? How often do you use it? Do you use it every day, every week, okay? So basically the answer should be related to your life and your experience, okay? You have these questions on page 52. How long have you studied English? This is related to you. How long have you studied English? So you will say, excellent, I have studied English for 4 years, or since I was 7, okay? The answer can be with 4 or with since, okay? How long have you played a sport or had a hobby? What does a hobby mean? A hobby, this is something you do, like the one, do you remember unit 1 from last semester? We talked about hobbies and everyday activities. Hobbies, can you give me examples? Painting, reading, swimming, all of these things are hobbies, okay? How long have you played a sport or had a hobby? How long? Like, for example, this is an example. I've painted since I was 10 years old. This is one of the hobbies I have done in my life. I have painted since I was 10 years old. Or I have been swimming since I was 11 or 7, okay? You can talk about any hobby or any sport you do, okay? Another question here we have, how long, and you can ask each other and listen to your friend's answer. This is a speaking exercise, so you ask the question to your friend and listen to their answers, okay? How long have you had any of these items? So you can say, how long have you had a computer? How long have you had a computer? I've had a computer since I was 15, or 4 years, okay? How long have you had a laptop? So it's similar. Basically, laptop and a computer, almost the same, okay? How long have you had a digital camera? How long have you had a scooter? How long have you had a cell phone? Ask each other questions and listen to your friends' answers, okay? This is a sample. I've had my computer for 3 years. I've had a camera since I was 11 years old. I've had my scooter for 5 years. I've had a cell phone since I was 12 years old. The answer should be based on you. It's about you. This is the lesson. Question 4 and 5. How long have you gone to school? How long have you gone to school? You can say, excellent, since the age of 7 or 4 years. What about 5? How long have you lived in your house? You can say, all my life, 4 years, for many years, since I was 7, since I was 8. The answer should be depending on your life. I've gone to school since I was 7 years old. I've lived in my house for many years, okay? The last question we have, how long have you known your best friend? Your best friend, how long have you known him? You've known him all your life, since you were 7, since elementary school, 4 years. The answer should be based on your life. So this is a sample here. I've known my best friend since elementary school. You don't have to follow the same. The answer should be based on your experience, okay? We can open now a page, this is related to the conversation, page 53. Okay, we have a picture of 2 men without looking in details. Don't focus on detail. I know in your book, this boy is an adult, so they are almost not a boy like this picture. Who are the 2 men? From the conversation, who are they? You can see their names, صح? How old are the men? What do you think? How old are they? Don't focus here, focus on the picture on your book. Okay, how old do you think they are? Are they in their 20s, 30s? Are they teenagers? Okay. How is their style different? They are wearing different style. One of them is wearing ثوب غترة. He's holding a suitcase. And the other one, he's only wearing ثوب. صح? So their style is different. Do you have a similar style to one of them? Which style is more close to you? Do you wear like this man here? You do? Do you do it every day? Do you wear it every day in daily life? You think you are similar to the other boy, to the other man? Yes, maybe. This is about you. This is your experience. But do you wear الشماغ الغترة? You do? When do you do it? In Eid, during Eid, and? Excellent. In family gatherings, and when you celebrate, going to a celebration like a wedding. Excellent. About the conversation. On the page you have questions. We will read the questions before we read the conversation. You have these questions. How long has it been since Adnan and Fadi have seen each other? So the conversation between Adnan and Fadi. How long has it been since they seen each other? Have they changed a lot? Okay, so they are like our previous lesson. They are 2 who didn't see each other from a long time. Then they met and they are catching up. Okay. Where is Fadi working? How long has Fadi been working in a bank? How long has Adnan been married? These are the questions we are focusing on. We can check the answers from the conversation we will read and hear together. This is the conversation between Fadi and Adnan. Let's hear it together and you can read along, okay?
Hi, this is a surprise. Hi there, long time no see.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other for about
5 years, since high school.
has it been that long?
Yeah, so, how are you doing?
Great, I'm working in a bank. I've been in the accounting department for a year now, and you haven't changed at all.
Well, you have. You're looking more, well, serious. I suppose you're happy with your job?
Yes, very much so.
This is good, as it is important to like one's job.
And what have you been up to?
I've taken over my father's restaurant. And I got married last year.
Really? Congratulations. I'm getting married next month. I wanted to finish college and start a career before I settled down.
Okay. Okay, we heard the conversation, we read it. We have these questions. We should answer it based on the conversation, okay? If you didn't get the answer yet, please pause the video and try to answer it and get the answer from the conversation, okay? Let's see the answers for number 1. How long has it been since Adnan and Fadi have seen each other? From the conversation, they haven't seen each other for 5 years or since high school, okay? Both answers are correct. What about number 2? Have they changed a lot? Yes, one of them said yes. Adnan hasn't changed, and the other one, Fadi, looks more serious. Looks more serious. One of them hasn't changed a lot, and the other one looks more serious. Where is Fadi working? Where is he working now? Excellent. Fadi is working in a bank. Fadi is working in a bank. Question 4, how long has Fadi been working in a bank? How long has he been working in a bank? Fadi has been working in a bank for 1 year. 1 year is the correct answer. 5, how long has Adnan been married? They talked about married. How long has Adnan been married? Excellent. Adnan has been married for about a year now. This is the answer for the questions related to the conversation, okay? Let's hear the conversation again. Before we start, please focus on the words highlighted in blue, okay? Listen to the conversation and tell me, what do you understand from it? Why do they use it? The reason they use it, okay? Let's hear it together.
Hi, this is a surprise.
Hi there, long time no see.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other for about
5 years, since high school.
has it been that long?
Yeah, so, how are you doing?
Great, I'm working in a bank. I've been in the accounting department for a year now, and you haven't changed at all.
Well, you have. You're looking more, well, serious. I suppose you're happy with your job?
Yes, very much so.
This is good, as it is important to like one's job.
And what have you been up to?
I've taken over my father's restaurant. And I got married last year.
Really? Congratulations. I'm getting married next month. I wanted to finish college and start a career before I settled down.
Okay. We saw the words highlighted. We saw the words highlighted in blue. Like, for example, congratulations. This is a word you use. When do you use this word? When do we say congratulations? Here, Fadi said it because what? Adnan, what did he say? He said, I've taken over my father's restaurants and I got married last year. This is good news. When you hear something really good, your friend did, you say congratulations. If one of your friends say, I got an A in my test, you say congratulations. If one of your friends got married, if one of your friends got a new car, for example, you would say congratulations. This is a word we use when we hear good news. Another word here we have, what have you been up to? What have you been up to? This is a phrase we use when we want, like here, Fadi and Adnan, they didn't see each other from a long time, صح? So we use it to ask about their life. How are they doing in their life, okay? And also here, long time no see. This is a phrase they use on the beginning of the conversation. Long time no see. That's mean, what does it mean? Long time no see. That's mean I didn't see you for a long time. This is a phrase used. And here, notice, yeah, we haven't seen each other for about, and he stopped. What does this mean? This is a sound we make when we are thinking, when we are hesitating to answer. Okay, it's a sound of hesitation. We're not sure about the time. He wasn't sure, but his friend Adnan answered 5 years since high school. He was sure, but I was thinking like sometimes when we are talking, we say, you stop, you pause to think. This is also a phrase they use here. We talked about the other ones, except here, settled down. I settled down. What do you think it means if you read the whole thing? Really, congratulations. I'm getting married next month. I wanted to finish college and start a career before I settled down. That's mean before I get married. He's getting married, but he wanted to finish college and he want to find a career before he get married. Sometimes we use settled down, okay? These phrases and their meaning, you can find it on the box, Real Talk, okay? Long time no see. I haven't seen you for a long time. This is the meaning of it, as we said. As we said, a sound of hesitation, okay? To show that the speaker is thinking. You pause to think about the answer, okay? What have you been up to? What are you doing these days? This is a question to ask about what your friends are up to these days. Congratulations. It's a response to good news relating to an achievement. Any achievement, success, marriage, having a new baby, you say congratulations. This is a response of good news. Settle down, that's mean get married, as we said. Okay? Now your turn. Work with a partner. You will not work alone. You will work with a partner. Role play a conversation between you and an old friend you haven't seen for a long time. Include the following topics, okay? When you are writing down the conversation, you should include the following topics. What are the topics? Say how long you haven't seen each other. Say how long you haven't seen each other. You have to mention the duration or the time, okay? Say where and when you last met. When and where you last met. This you should include it in the conversation. Say what you are doing now. These topics you should cover it when you are doing the conversation. Did you see in front of you the conversation between Adnan and Fadi? You should do something similar. خلاص? You should do something similar. I have a sample here. This is a speaking, not a writing, by the way. Okay? So think about the ideas and then start talking. Look at your book and ask your friend the questions and listen to their responses as a practice. Remember to use for instance correctly. Remember to use the present perfect tense when you talk about the things you have done before and the things you are doing now. We use the present continuous, okay? This is a sample I have written. You can practice with your friend. You can do something similar, something more simpler. It's okay. I'm sure you're going to do really great, and you can share the conversation with your friends. Hi, this is a surprise. This is Shahad said. Lina, hi there. Long time no see. Shahad, yeah, we haven't seen each other for about I use the real talk phrases. You can use the real talk phrases to practice using it correctly. Okay? Lina, 3 years since Sarah Sarah's wedding. Okay? Shahad, has it been that long? Lena, yeah. So how are you doing? Shahad, great. I'm working in a private school. I've been working as an English teacher for a year now. And you haven't changed at all. Lena, well, you have. You're looking more, well, serious. I suppose you're happy with your job. I did something similar to the conversation we see in our book between Adnan and Fadi. Shahad, yes, very much so. Lena, this is good, as it is important to like one's job. Shahad, and what have you been up to? This is a question from Real Talk. Lena, I've moved to Medina and I got married last year. Really, congratulations. I'm getting married next month. I wanted to finish college and start a career before I settle down. This is another phrase used. You can do something similar to this one, but change the details about the dates, how long, and when did you see each other. Make it relevant to you. Okay, for your homework, I want you to do page on your workbook, page 121. Okay, if we want to recall what we covered in our lesson, we ask and answer questions related to our life and about you. Also, we heard the conversation and we gathered details about the conversation, and we learned new vocabulary we use when we are catching up with our friends. At the end, we practiced this conversation. We did a similar conversation as a speaking exercise between you and a friend. That's it for today. Thank you for listening, and inshallah I will see you next class.